Manu akrasa okwa adwuma na opon firi adwuma a wotime yira ne fie kwan na akopie wo bi fie akoda wo bi mpaso edi ho nansa abira wo kwa adwuma no a otime firi ho no okwa adwuma no asamba na ne fie kwan no ayira no betime yedi ho ayi no akọ be ma ne fie no asiesie no otime prebe no ande fro ne nkwan ahihye fridge mu ama be me no ne ade wo time emwa woni obi wo ho mo wo he ho esoro ho ana he na mo wo woni obi a wo ho 9 years mo nka wade asem wo time emwa and as soon him say me nipa no me kone ho weekend inti wan humi a me wo ho first no bi kwa washing a wotete afi di omo ba mu kita suitcase ofa ganya na me en spinters my enyo eten spinters oba enyo eten spinters ganya na me spinters really
to force honorable at force only for part of Panorama. Some said to be said, what out my e-lady, betting tax, and a tax is here. Ghana for is one on a drink chapter. Say, and I did more. You are appointing as a finance minister. Budgeted decay or neighbor parliament. Sad in the decay. Abani Bechem. Abani Bechem. My bed. And yes, I am friend. But your friend. And yet our bed. Come for give me something of your right. So I did my bet and our bet. Why did I bet so my bet in him? Abraham count. No, you must get it.
Yeah, even the best pilot, and there is no plane for you. Can you fly? So when we are talking about dealing with issues of ambiguity, higgledy-piggledy issues and mambo-jumbo issues, we cannot conduct all these exercises in Flosinosin hilification because we want results. If you do all this and there is no results, what can you do?
Mumpong dia muton honum ada me yamu bibi osi mumpong dia muton honum
mumpong. No, if they say pong it means close.
Yes.
Munjai.
Okay.
Stop. If you say mumpong there's like they have gone to school and they are closing. Mumpong dia muton honum. Stop that thing.
Mumpong dia muton honum ada me yamu bibi osi mumpong dia muton honum
mumpong. No, if they say pong it means close.
Yes.
Munjai.
Okay.
Stop. If you say mumpong there's like they have gone to school and they are closing. Mumpong dia muton honum. Stop that thing.
Mumpong dia muton honum ada me yamu bibi osi mumpong dia muton honum
Mumpong. No, if they say pong it means close.
Yes.
Munjai.
Okay.
Stop. If you say mumpong there's like they have gone to school and they are closing. Mumpong dia muton honum. Stop that thing.
Love Friday nights. Benjamin Nketiah Sports Panorama. So proudly brought to us by Latina Travel and Tours. I'll be telling you all about Latina and the package they have for you. If you are interested in being at the World Cup, which is being hosted by the USA, Canada, and Mexico. Sumptuous packages, I tell you. I'll be getting into that in a bit. Big shout outs to our YouTube community. Those of you repping hard on Citi Sports GH, you turn up before the show starts. You set the table. Oh, Charlie. Lovely stuff. For those of you listening via radio, you can join the conversation via text, WhatsApp, and Telegram. 0539 986 996. 0539 986 996. That's the text and WhatsApp lines. Also, drop us a comment on YouTube. Hit the like and subscribe button. Let's get talking. Also, proud sponsors of the show, we have Betway. They say it's time to get rewarded as the next big sports betting influencer with Betway. Place bets and share your codes with friends, fans, and followers. If they place bets using your code, you will earn 4% off their wager, just like the way Abeku has been earning off Gabby's wager. It's they earn off my wager. Thank you very much. It doesn't matter whether it's a win or loss. If they bet with your code, you can earn 4% cash off their wager amount. This means the more people bet with your code, the more you will earn.
You say 4%?
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, Charlie.
Cha-cha kron.
Start betting. They say start betting you. Start betting.
Abeku start betting.
Sharing and winning with Bet Influencer. Exclusive.
Give the boys odds.
Exclusive to Betway. Exclusive to Betway. Terms and conditions apply. So we have a new sponsor now. Extra cash.
Oh, Charlie. Extra cash. Extra cash. Do you know how we say? Do you know how we say money in Spanish?
How?
Dinero. Extra dinero.
Oh, Charlie.
Extra dinero. Oh, Charlie. Extra cash.
Extra cash. They say. Oh, Charlie. They say you know how life goes sometimes. Unexpected wahala.
Okay.
If you show up,
Extra
cash.
School fees,
Extra cash.
Rent,
Extra cash.
Broken fridge,
Extra cash.
everything will come at you at once.
Anytime.
That's why extra cash from Forms Capital, they here for you. Gives you extra money right inside your Momo wallet. You can repay any day or up to 30 days. Come up.
Extra cash.
Any day or up to 30 days.
Extra cash. The best part hasn't come yet. The best part is that the interest is charged on how long it takes you to repay. When you keep repaying on time, your limits go or grow over time. When you keep paying on time, your limits grow over time.
Extra cash.
Extra dinero.
No need to stress. No need to stress.
This one you can use it ahead of the month.
Just dial *170 hash.
Star 170 hash.
Have the Momo number.
Select 5, 3, and 5.
Oh, Charlie.
To activate your extra
Formation 5, 3, and 5.
Because with Forms Capital,
Extra cash.
listen, with Forms Capital, the mantra is no wallet left behind.
No wallet left behind.
Obiabe Didi.
You for read that code again.
Obiabe Didi.
Star 170.
Me, I deactivate them.
Now extra cash.
You mean no time to wait.
Obiabe Didi.
Star 170 hash. Select 5, 3, and 5.
Formation select 5, 3, and 5. Now go there
to activate your extra cash.
Now go there. So once you activate at any time T,
Obiabe.
any time of the day,
That's a time tier.
any time T.
Oh, Charlie.
Physics.
Charlie.
At any time T.
Oh, Charlie.
You can just enter.
Obiabe Didi.
Ask for extra cash.
Extra cash.
Sa pepepe.
Na say usho wallet na bibia
And so on. Extra cash.
You see,
Coach, Odufie no friend wa.
Extra cash.
Extra cash.
Okatra will say Brana say oh nido say
Extra cash.
Yeah, extra cash no me.
Oh say Oksina so your vows day.
Extra cash.
Oh, Charlie.
Yo.
Extra.
Coach, look at Yao's head.
You see the way Yao has done, like Wayel, as you're bailing.
Yao, give me the extra cash.
He has been built ahead of our
Extra cash.
You can't be enjoying the whole year and then 14th you want to hide.
Extra cash.
You must step out with the missus in style.
Extra cash. Simple as that.
Thank you very much, my brother.
And there's a big war at the end of the day. Oh, can we check?
Latina Travel and Tour also part of the sponsors. They say when the world gathers for greatness, one name leads the way. The world is gathering for greatness in June, July. It's the World Cup. Mexico, Canada, and USA. They say Latina is taking Team Ghana to the biggest global football event.
I say Latina, Latina.
You are a composer.
No more Latina Kawaya.
Nakain. Kajewani.
Latina Kawaya. Latina Kawaya. Latina Kawaya. Latina Kawaya. Latina Kawaya.
2-in-1 experience. Uniting world-class football and global business in an unforgettable journey.
Na good day.
Uniting world-class football and global business in one journey. Networking kakra, football kakra, you know,
connections kakra,
partying kakra,
your moves kakra.
oh chale,
move things, move things. Oh, America and Canada, the main.
Na kind.
I'm moving nyama.
House nyama ho.
There be nyama ho.
Etasa.
That be heavy. Just seek advice from Latina.
That's all. That's all.
Latina
say. What have you people had to do? What's going on here? No, the boys do something. Group stage tickets kakra free and also return charter flight, hotel accommodation, travel insurance, exclusive access to business opportunities and networking. Trip no or historic event.
It is very affordable.
Latina.
It is very affordable.
Just call 0244. Listen. 0244 260 789 or 0302 934 565, or you can visit Latina at Alisa Hotel Northridge. I will come back to this LPM and announcement again because you need to be in USA. If not, you need to be in Canada or Mexico.
Manuel, Manuel, you need to be in such places.
On Cancun, Kakrana, or move in Yama.
Too constricted.
Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype.
You saw it. He for me free. Open up.
Yeah.
American from Boniswa. Ebe, Maminya.
Coach, you must commit us into the hands of the Lord. We are already in the spirit. Out, Chale.
Wakashi dan Yehovah. Menesoa, Nimasoa, Namasoa, Yehovah Zebaut. Wakenua ba lewa. Ghana mamu fe klalo. Waka obele ya che o manche yele ya ba. Walake bi etwe aboe afa ready abanaba bo otwe. Abo fambi etwe and kwale bi eyo. Oba fe ogbe ami. Waka jomo wo belema wo jomo no ha wonile. What be I mean fire? Be no palace son or you. What sports panorama? Bono ye Jehovah. Kudomo program ne. No mommy. No hane sheriff beneshuri. Domo inketia. Domo shiny brother one, brother two. Abeku. Domo me. No dummy. No fan on what Twitter or you. Exactly. Ne one grand no quality or bagbele ground.
Nakai.
No what song be.
Nakai.
Ni wo be am fan. Ghana mamu fan ba fake.
Mamu fan.
Na me ba joa me.
Aw.
One double she. Ye Yesu gba me. Amen.
Amen. Atmosphere is proper charged. Latina
challenge next week mo come. Madam ododo mpo no wo me yire ni cow.
Today too.
I tend to forget. Oh Charlie. You see,
we'll remind you.
Me the bay last week na me ja ododo pono. Say me ododo pono.
We'll remind you.
Friday I will call you.
Let us start on a Spursy note tonight. Let's start on a Spursy note because I have been predicting this for quite a while. Finally, it has happened. It happened on the 11th of February officially. Thomas Frank has been sacked by Spurs after just under 8 months in charge. They lost 2-1 to Newcastle United in a midweek game on Tuesday, and it sealed his fate. So they are 16th on the table. Where was Postecoglu when he was
17?
He left them at 17.
Yeah.
Then. Okay. 16th on the
with a Europa League trophy.
Cool. 5 points above the relegation zone and a dreadful run of form. Now they are winless in their past 8 Premier League games. Longest run without a victory since 2008. Namely, where were you in 2008?
Chede. Postecoglu. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's in Frank. Frank Onyazi.
And Frank Watson.
And you should see Postecoglu speaking after he was sacked.
Hans has said a few things.
Oh, he said a lot.
I would have been surprised if he hadn't. Last time they lost this number of games was in 2008. I'm not sure Kwache, Edem, and Pius remember where they were in 2008. I'm not sure they remember. But it is a conversation for another day. Now, they've won just 2 of their past 17 league matches.
Yeah.
2 of their last 17. They've picked up only 12 points in that time. Now, according to a statement from the club, and I quote, it says they are determined to give. They were determined to give Frank the time and support needed to build for the future, but recent results meant that a change was necessary. He took over from Postecoglu, signed a big contract, blah blah blah. The word is that he's walked away with a handsome
cool cash.
Yes, severance package, almost coming up to £20 million. Like that's quite a lot of money. Let's start off on that note, on the Gabby note. Let me start with Gabby. Spurs fire Frank. They already have a replacement coming in.
Igor
Tudor. I don't think I care much for that acquisition also. Igor
Tudor, former Juventus.
Juventus sacked him for a very unceremonious spell not too long ago.
The one who just sacked this season.
Yeah, same guy.
The coach is Spurs.
Yeah.
Croatian manager.
Problem about
very big problems. Very big problems. Gabby, let me hear from you on how you feel about the decision to remove Frank and where Spurs or what they need to get right to be able to get back on track.
I think the sacking was it's long overdue. I mean, the day they sacked him, it was always coming. Every time Spurs lost or drew a game, you'd just hear the boos of the players against the manager, and they always kept chanting that.
You mean the fans?
Yes, you getting sacked in the morning. They were always saying that. It was always happening. You getting sacked in the morning.
Premier League fans are hilarious.
Yeah, and when you, as a manager, if you start hearing those chants from the fans, you should know that.
Supporters.
Yes, and you know what's funny? After they lost that game, he was at a press conference and they asked him if he's got a backing of the top hierarchy. And it was like, yeah, he's spoken to them even before the game. He didn't know that after granting that interview, his sack letter was already prepared and was waiting for him.
As a coach, I've learned a few things as a journalist. When you go to a presser
And they ask you this
and they ask you if you have the backing of your board.
It means you are gonna.
It means that one leg is already out.
Yeah. So I wasn't too surprised, and I was discussing this with y'all when we saw the story. Look, I think two things that didn't help him as a manager. You don't go the entire, or you don't start 2026. Spurs are yet to win a game in 2026. Spurs are yet to.
We are almost approaching March.
Yes, they are yet to win a game in 2026. In addition to the stats that you put out, 12 points from just 17 league matches since November. I don't think as a manager you should still be at the dugout. He was brought in based on what he had done at Brentford, hoping that philosophy that made Brentford a very difficult team to play against would see a similar thing at Spurs. But according to the reports, the top hierarchy themselves look at Spurs and look at what Thomas Frank is doing with the team, and they are confused because 1 minute Spurs is playing all expansive, the next minute they are very compact, pragmatic, and they are questioning themselves that if the manager doesn't know which direction the team is heading to or what he wants to do with the team, i.e. taking into consideration the personnel he's got, then I don't think he should continue managing the team. Because in some games, if you pay particular attention to his appointment, Spurs went on a very good run. They went on about 6 games. I think it was 10 games. They won about 6 in the PL. In between there, when he had Kudus scoring and assisting some of the games. And then things went south. Then the results were not coming. And then the play was mundane. It was very subdued. Nothing exciting about what he was doing. Then the top hierarchy looks at him and said, no, I don't think we can continue with this. Thomas Frank himself, I think he got confused. When I say he got confused, I'm looking at the profile of the players Spurs do have under him. And then I'm asking that he's playing certain players in certain positions or asking some players to do certain things that they are not comfortable with. I look at the midfield. If you've got players like Papisa, Yiz Bissouma, the least the better. Who again? Andrew Gray, and some of these other players. They are not your combative midfielders to do all those hard work in the midfield, like what he used to have at Brentford. Then what have you done? You've exposed these players, and he kept on doing the same thing over and over. Results were not coming. At least if results were coming, and then you are forcing these players to do these things, I think he would have. Some of these things would have gone under the radar. Then one other thing you can look at is, if you look at Spurs' injury list, he's dealing with a lot of players on the injury list. In fact, the players who are injured can literally start a game. About 13 players or so, including Maddison, who is dealing with an ACL. And some of these players are key starters. Letting go of Brennan Johnson to Forest, I believe, who was Spurs' arguably best player under Postecoglu, doing double figures under Postecoglu, and then you let go of him. Who comes in to replace him? The player doesn't step up, and there's a lot he has to deal with. So I think that, if you ask me, I think it's a very, very difficult path Spurs are moving towards too. Because I look at the manager coming in, Igor Tudor. He himself hasn't got a very good CV, but I mean, somebody will speak about the fact that you can't always judge what a coach has done at his previous job. Maybe the personnel he's come to deal with at his new club will be way more different in terms of getting the result. So you want to give him the benefit of the doubt. So I look at Thomas Frank, and I think that he has a lot of the blame to take, because there was a lack of identity in what he wanted to do with this Spurs team, and then the results were not coming. So I don't think the top hierarchy will look at him going forward and say that they would want to keep him. Now, you step into the shoes of a manager who left the club at 17th, but left them with what? A Europa League trophy. What the fans were complaining about was, in fact, Postecoglu actually had an identity, but some of the fans were not too happy with, because they were very expansive, shipping in goals. And
they said his style was injuring their players.
Good. And that kind of football, in knockout football, sometimes it works for you. That is why you find Thomas Frank his his record in the Champions League,
yeah.
very different from what he did in the league. It's a similar thing to what Postecoglu was doing. And I was telling somebody that it's just, I see it as a whole Postecoglu part 2 replaying again. Because if they did not sack him, look, that weekend when they lost, they were just unfortunate.
Yeah.
Or they were fortunate, I want to say that. West Ham early on had drawn with Manchester United. They would have been in the relegation zone. And this was one of the that was one of the reasons why the fans were not happy with what Postecoglu was doing.
Yeah.
So they look at where Spurs is occupying at the time, and they had to let him go. I think it was down to pure footballing reasons to sack him. So I agree with that decision, but I'm not too confident of where Spurs is heading now. With just 12 games to end the season, I think there's manager on the pressure. There's pressure on the manager coming in with 12 games. Look at Spurs' run of fixtures to play. Look, there are difficult games in there, and if they don't take care, I think they should only be happy that the teams in the red zone themselves are struggling.
Yeah.
Wolves are gone. West Ham struggling to pick form.
Yeah.
And there's other team. If they are able to get wins under their coach, Burnley, if they are able to get results,
I think West Ham will find
survive.
some form towards the end.
Well,
Burnley
listen.
and Wolves, I'm not too sure.
yes,
about.
if they're able to pick up results, then I think Ugo Tidok can guide this team to maybe a 16th finish, or they would escape the relegation zone. Ben,
Abeku, let me take your thoughts on the same thing. So, Spurs sacks a manager who finishes 17th. New guy comes in, and then they are in 16th spots.
Nothing has changed.
Gabby says he doesn't see where they are going. Can you see where they are going?
I cannot see where they are heading to, or what they want to do as a football club, because it hurts. Now, you recall when Ange was sacked, he made a bold statement. And he says he does not think the club is a big club. They lack ambition. Okay.
Mourinho has said this before.
So it shows, and look at who they've appointed in replacement of Thomas Frank.
Yeah.
It explains exactly what is happening at the football club. I mean, you can't have an arena of the sort and make certain decisions of this nature. After Danny exiting, Levy exiting, it seems there's still problem, and it's deep rooted.
And
they're still Spursy.
It's interesting you should mention that, because when Daniel Levy was there, he was consistently being accused of making Spurs an underachieving club. Like, i.e., you guys are not good enough, you are never good enough.
that Levy was less ambitious.
Yeah, but you see, he built a pretty decent structure, very sustainable, multiple Champions Leagues. They finished with a Conference League. Champions League final.
Yeah, under Pochettino.
Won the Europa Cup.
Won the Europa League for them. So he left with something. Now he's gone, and it looks like those standards have sunk a step further.
Because if you want to be a big club, there's that bit of what you have to learn in football: consistency. And you must stay at the top, consistently attracting very good footballers, and they are injury prone. During Ange's era or time at Spurs, one of the problems that was hunting this football club was injury. Postecoglu can watch their injury list. So what is happening in that medical department that this club cannot stay, at that level of
Players
competing,
fit, yeah.
at the highest level. So this manager also, I feel the Spurs problem is beyond a manager. I think it's structural. It's in the spine of that football club that they don't seem to know what they are doing, from their medical department, who's their psychologist, who put this. The club should be. It should look. If you pick Spurs and put Brentford, I feel the mentality, differs. Brentford will be a notch higher than Spurs, because you see how they want to play. I say this because Spurs want to go all out, play in a certain aggressive manner, double up in numbers, leaving 5 on the offensive and trying to get goals, as well as learn how to defend. It's why I fancy, once upon a time when Thomas came in early, the play of Udogi and what's that lad, superstar, what's the other guy?
Pedro Porro.
Porro. Fantastic guys. during the early stages of that manager. But it seemed the club do not know the direction they are going, and it's actually hurting the club. It's hurting the players if you check the injury list, and it's not letting the club. What's their aim? Do they want to finish in European football? They don't want to gain a European football slot, or it's just to remain in the top 10 of the league. Domestically, they don't know how to play the domestic league, Spurs, you ask me. And I feel there should be a club identity. I feel there should be like what some federations would want to do. There should be a DNA
for the club.
And that is going and on that template they can look at it and appoint a manager with a certain vision in mind to help this football club progress. Ben,
makes sense. I want you to take the conversation a little further. So Gabby has spoken about Frank's problems. Abeku says that they need an identity so they can hire accordingly. I don't know where you're taking it from. So team in disarray last season, disarray this season, players consistently injured, change of management. A lot has changed at the club. What are they not doing right? What can they do right?
What are they not doing right? I think they should first start off by hiring a manager who fits their profile. So Spurs, and we've seen this with Manchester United, and the whole Man United DNA being bundled around that. That is what Michael Carrick has tapped into and has gotten him to enjoy this kind of run, where Man United have won 4 games in a row and they have a draw in 5 games. They are unbeaten in 5 games, which is the first time in a very long time that thing has happened. And so, in that sense, that Spurs are a very attack-minded team. Spurs love to play very good football. The fans and the team itself, it just breeds or reeks of a situation where even if they win by, let's say, 2-0 and they don't enjoy themselves playing the game, they will celebrate the win, but it's not a situation where they will be ecstatic. They will enjoy it, but it's just for a brief moment. They wouldn't be more or less reminiscing those kind of drab wins. Is the same thing that happened with Jose Mourinho. I mean, he got them to the FA Cup final, but before that final game took place, they got rid of him because they just asked themselves, like, is this what we want in the long term? And it just didn't.
Mourinho says he won a half trophy for sacking him. He won half
a
trophy.
So in that sense, you want a guy who will come in and fit that profile, and that's why from the jump I said that this was a wrong hire. Thomas Frank wasn't the guy to fit that profile because he is very, I wouldn't say conservative, but he's very pragmatic in that sense. And so they need to get the hire right. Once they get the hire right, things will fall in place. And then they need to have a look at that medical team, because it can't be a situation where you have Postecoglu being labeled as a guy who is reckless with the team's resources, as in prime resources, as in the players, with the way he manages them. You sack him because the players are getting very much so injured. Then you bring in a new manager who doesn't really stretch out his players the way Postecoglu used to, but still you have an extensive list of injuries. So clearly something must change. Something must change in that medical department. And I honestly believe that once they do those things, they should be back in the running for a top 5, top 6 place in the Premier League. Because think about it, because of Thomas Frank's ill fit with the Tottenham Hotspur way, that is the reason why a guy like Pape Sarr doesn't play extensive minutes, which is very, very, very surprising. But if you have a guy like Pape Sarr, who's a very hard runner, now you brought in Conor Gallagher, How is it that you still can have a situation where you can play expansive football and be able to protect the back line? Because even if you use Papisa as a holding midfielder, defensive midfielder, it will still work. It will still work. Then you can pair him with, let's say, Konogalawa and maybe a player who is a bit more creative. And the worst part is they even have a holding midfielder in Paulinho. So how is it that you cannot have the right mix to be able to generate creativity and at the same time protection for the back four to ensure that, yes, indeed, you do not concede as many goals as they have. Their goal difference is negative. You do not concede many goals as they have, and in the process lose games as they have. And so for me, these are the two things that they need to look out for. Hire the right manager and have a second look at that medical department. And I think they will be fine. And for me, yes, a guy like Andoni Raiola is one I would really, really, really look at if I'm Tottenham Hotspur beyond Ego Tudor. Ego Tudor will do well.
Yeah, he's an interim boss. He'll do
well. In the interim, he'll do well. That's how he landed the Juventus job. He came in as an interim boss. He did very well. He did very well. And after he got the job on a permanent basis, things went south and he got fired. So on an interim basis, he will do well. But they shouldn't get carried away because of the progress he will make. They should ensure that, look, once this season is done, they should do everything that they can to go get an Andoni Raiola, because per what he's done with Bournemouth, very little resources, players being sold year in, year out, young players come in, and he's still being able to get the best out of them. Yeah, he is that guy. Because, mind you, and Postecoglu, one of the issues that he had with Tottenham Hotspur during his time was that he wanted players like Semenyo, he wanted players like Brian Mbeumo, he wanted players like Magehi, Pedro Neto, and they went to get him Dominic Solanke and 3 teenagers. And the 3 teenagers, they haven't been able to.
That description is very
the teenagers were Archie Gray, Odobert, Wilson Odobert, and
Matistel.
No, Lucas Bergval. Yes, so he wasn't able to get the best out of them. But a guy like Andoni Raiola, look at what he's doing with this young chap that came from Brazil during the January transfer window, Ryan, Krupi. Look at what he's doing with those guys. So it just tells me that he is
Semenyo had his best time under him.
Exactly, too. He's the perfect fit for a club like Tottenham Hotspur. And so for me, they should look at these two areas, and I'm pretty sure.
But have you asked yourself, any manager who comes in and leaves says they are not a big club, there's something structurally wrong with that football club.
So bring in a manager who doesn't necessarily care about they not being a big club and being able to use or get the best out of the little that Tottenham Hotspur will be able to get him. And that for me is Raiola.
That not a big club tag is insulting, because if you look at Spurs in the modern sense, in terms of club worth, they are up there with the big boys. If you look at stadium, top 10 stadium in the world now.
They are there.
I mean, if you talk about being able to compete, even in Europe, consistently over the last 5, they've done almost everything right. It's just the football, and like they always tend to self-distract. Things are going well, then things goes out. Anyway, let me take coach's thoughts. I touched on Igor Tudor briefly. He's a 3-4-2-1 manager, narrow 3-back system guy, comes in as a firefighter. But Thomas Frank was a little also rigid, didn't get much out of his players being fired. I want you to marry all the points together and see where Spurs can go from here.
First and foremost, before I talk about what Tudor is expected to do to help them stay in the Premier League, the supporters themselves will have to be clear in their minds.
Okay.
And they'll have to admit to the fact that it is what it is. Their team is actually that bad.
That's a hard pill to swallow, because they spent big monies on
what they cannot afford to do is to start putting pressure under Mr. Tudor that we don't like the brand of football, we don't like the because Tudor is coming in to achieve one thing: stop them from getting relegated. I think that is what the appointment looks like to me. Because where they are, if they are to lose, then I think the next game is against Arsenal.
22nd.
If they're to lose that, and West Ham wins strictly they are drawn into the mix. So what the supporters will have to actually do to help whoever has been given the job is to support the team beyond measure. Even when the going is very tough, they should be supporting. They should not be singing, you are getting fired in the morning, you are getting fired in the afternoon, you are getting fired.
The club is not having an identity, you are singing.
You can't do that. Because at the end of the day, the players themselves are affected psychologically when they hear these songs that we've been brought here to play. There's a manager who is showing its leadership and direction, but because the supporters themselves don't believe in what the manager is telling us to do, it becomes difficult for us as players to go out there and implement what the manager is demanding of us. So they need to sort that thing out as support base of the club. Because look, it will be absolutely suicidal for not only the Premier League, but even for Europe to see that beautiful stadium being used
for championship
in the championship. Some of us will be very, 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 very annoyed with it because it is not something that should be allowed to happen. Now, Mr. Tudor, you speak about the fact that he's a back three coach.
Yep, 3-4-2-1.
I don't know, but most people think that is a system that cannot flourish in the EPL. I completely disagree.
Somebody has won the league title.
Someone has won the league title with it.
Yeah.
And we've seen not only Antonio Conte, but we've seen other coaches vary their tactics. Even Pep Guardiola, there have been times where he's gone 3 at the back. And he's used that on countless occasions to help Man City win the league. Now, Mr. Tudor comes in there and he looks at this team. Spurs themselves are suffering from identity crisis. They don't know who they are and what they actually are to be doing. They don't know. So if they don't know, the incoming coach, that is why today they'll go for a Pochettino. The next moment it is a Nuno Espirito. The next moment it is a Mourinho. The next moment it is a Postecoglu. You just don't get it.
Yeah.
So for me,
I think Poch is the only guy they've had for a long spell.
That's it. They have to calm down and begin to build that identity. They need to be, we should be able to look at them and say, look, this is what they can be identified with. But as it stands now, put any form of identity aside and allow the manager you have entrusted the job in to go out there and do his job.
Yeah.
And all you need to do is to support. Look, to the playing body themselves, truth be told, they need to take some responsibility. Because if you look at somebody like the Argentine boy, their captain, he's been very indisciplined tactically. How many times has
Romero,
yes.
Like 7 red cards since he arrived at Spurs already.
At the moment, you can clearly see him as completely world class.
Yeah. And he goes on social media rants every time he's not happy.
You don't know why
something.
he's doing that. And at the end of the day, you need to be extremely, very, very careful if you are a player and you are leading such a group of players. The captain will have
but
to
is this same
example.
club that has a player who is on a laughing gas?
Yes,
same team.
So the players themselves will have to be responsible.
Yeah.
Because at times you watch them play and you ask yourself, these guys are being paid thousands and thousands of pounds on a weekly basis.
Yep.
But they don't seem to be playing for the badge. We've watched the Spurs team and they go out there and they do the very opposite to what a coach would tell them to do.
Yeah.
How many times have we not watched them and say, but why are they playing like that?
In fact, half the time you don't know what they are doing.
Exactly. And I don't think at times it's solely about the coach. You are the protagonist. You are the guys out there implementing whatever you've been doing throughout the week at the training ground. So can't you show it a bit? Because I felt that Thomas Strand, when he brought in Palhinha, we sat here and we praised that signing. Because this is a team that tend to ship in a lot of gold. So with somebody like Palhinha, Romero, Van der Ven, we said that these 3 guys in central defense is going to make them solid. But rather, we saw the exact opposite.
So Nketia, the players have a responsibility. It's so much very unfortunate that when things don't go well, it is the coaches that always tend to pay the price. Because it is easy to sack one man than to sack 23 or 11 to 15 players for they don't doing the job.
Yeah.
So that will have to. Tudor, my last point on him. We are all very skeptical. For me, I don't think he is the right man for the job in the long term. But within the shortest possible term, I think they should allow him to do what he thinks is what he thinks is right for the team. Because right now, if you were to get relegated, nobody will blame him. I'm sure that they contacted other coaches. I'm not sure this man was their first choice.
Oh, no.
They might have contacted others, and the others would have looked at the position of the team and the number of games they've got to rescue it.
The job is not attractive.
How many coach or
How many coaches can do that job?
Exactly. How many coaches will say, "Oh, it is the Spurs job. They are just a place or two above the relegation zone. The players are lacking in confidence, and I want to go in there and say, I want to go and try it." But the problem here is that the owners of the club should not be carried away. If Tudor goes in there and he's actually begin to win and he saved them, oh, okay, he can be the man for the long term. I agreed 100% with what Yao said. If you look at what they do, the sort of signing they do, the best man for the job is the Bournemouth coach.
Yeah.
But even him, he may be a bit skeptical because Spurs as a team don't have that proper legacy that he can feed into.
It is a place
and establish
coaches go to die.
And they go and they die. If you look at this man at Bournemouth, look, I'm of the view, if United cannot get Thomas Tuchel, which they won't get, we are hearing Ancelotti will renew his contract with Brazil. If they cannot get Enrique, these three managers, I think it has to be a straight fight between this man and Xabi Alonso.
Xabi Alonso, they don't get him. No, they don't get him.
How?
Is Liverpool or Man United going to be battling for Xabi Alonso? Not Tottenham Hotspur.
No. I'm talking about the Man United job.
The Man United job.
If
Okay, cool.
Man United are going to, because if a coach that is appealing to United, they shouldn't dare think about, Spurs shouldn't think about De Zerbi, because his style of play will not secure them. They need somebody who will give them a solid foundation for them to be able to build upon.
Yeah.
But I think
out of the box, I mean, look at the Crystal Palace coach.
Class now.
A coach who will walk in there and make them very difficult to lose game. I think fundamentally that is one of the things they will need, because they concede too many goals.
Yeah.
Too many goals. And if they cannot get a Xabi Alonso or the Bournemouth coach, even the coach at Fulham,
Marco
Silva can come in there and he will do a decent job. These are the managers, in my view, I think they should be looking at.
Yeah.
And all those players who are on gas, who are on whatever gas,
the laughing gas.
It's just one player.
It's a laughing gas.
Just one player.
because he's so good a talent. But for that, he should be contributing.
He said you won't do it again.
That's what it is. Yeah.
You understand?
You see, if you catch
Can you
Steve,
imagine
if you go to Steve.
Bissouma in this team alongside Paulinho
Oh, and Papisa, coach.
and Papisa?
That's a solid midfield.
It's a solid midfield that can rub shoulders with any midfield in this Premier League. They are all ball controllers. They are all ball winners. They can pass the ball. They can detect the play. So look, it stands for the top. I agree with Abeku. They should look at the organogram.
Yeah.
If there's anybody there who is not doing his job,
Yeah.
sack him
Let me
and bring in somebody who will help us. Because look, Spurs, in my view, I think in terms of size, they're among the top 16
big team
in the Premier League in terms of size, what they can do. You take United, of course, the obvious, the most biggest, not even in the Premier League, but in the world. You take Arsenal, you take Chelsea. Then who else do you take? Maybe Man City now because of the achievement. Liverpool. Then Spurs will have to come in there. I think Spurs before even Newcastle United. So look, they have a long way to go. and the earlier they fix that, the better.
Let me just add a little bit to it before we move on to the next topic. So I think you guys have said a lot of it.
Is that Garnacho?
Charlie,
your good friend.
Is that Garnacho?
Yeah. Cutting. Cutting.
Nano me catching was it?
Cutting.
So like I said,
because this guy, you know,
you guys have said it all. I mean, lack of vision at the club is evident. Lack of consistency is evident. I think that also following Daniel Levy's departure, there's been some fragmentation at the top in terms of their management.
Big fragmentation.
They don't seem to be on the same page with a lot of decisions. A lot of their backroom
Who's even in
influential.
charge? Who's even in charge?
Is that?
Is there a name that we can put?
Yeah, there is.
There's a name.
Actually, so one of their backroom staff, in fact, a lot of their formidable backroom staff members are trying to quit.
Yes.
So there's that also happening as we speak. But also, I worry about two things. Lack
Who's
of
the
leadership.
owner of the team?
The Lewis family.
Lewis family is a consortium of owners. So they are the main shareholders, but then there are other people in the mix. Basically, like I said, lack of leadership on the pitch. And Romero was supposed to provide that, but it doesn't happen. When they are playing games, you can tell that they can have almost 20 to 30 minutes of directionless football. And that is something that sometimes a coach will solve. But if you have a leader on the pitch, they can direct you in that direction. They can whip up players to motivate them, to drive them forward. Spurs don't have anybody like that in their team. And finally, the thing that hurts me the most is Kudus Mohammed and what he's going through.
That's what I wanted to mention.
I'm going to mention this, but I think Kudus, I think one of the things we don't talk about enough is how many hands Kudus has passed through in the last 3 years. I think it is disastrous for the development of any
Very
football.
unprofessional.
From
Look,
David
go
Moyes.
back to Ajax. It's like a 3 year span. David Moyes, I said David Moyes. He had Eric Ten Hag beginning. John Heitinga came in. He had Alfred Schroeder. There was one more person. I've forgotten that name just briefly. Then that's three. That's almost 4 managers at Ajax already. Come to West Ham United. Started under David Moyes. That's 5. Got to J-Lo. That's 6. Finished with Graham Potter. That's 7. Then moved on to Spurs. Thomas Frank. That's 8 managers in 3 seasons. 8.
And when he returns from injury,
he will come and be a new manager. That's manager number 9. And then
Kudus.
if they get a new manager for Ghana next season,
number 10.
you get Tudor is interim. Tudor number 9.
No, but before you get to next season, if the government of Ghana and the GFA have a change of heart and they decide that Tuado isn't the man to take us to the World Cup and they change the head coach, that means that it will be another head coach for Mohamed Kudus. It's possible.
Yeah, money slipping.
No, he said next season.
They are packing clubs, but
no, he said next season. He said next season, but before next season, there's a serious assignment before next season, and it's possible.
And you possibly return out of shape and out of form.
Yes,
but
it's very possible that Otuado could be let go.
I'm just pointing out that no, Otuado he's been touched by the destiny changer. I don't talk about him like that.
Oh, it's possible.
Anyway, all I'm saying is that Kudus has gone through close to 10 managers in 3 seasons.
That's worrying,
and you see, every manager wants you. Kudus, okay, I don't want you to cross the ball. This guy says play on the left. This guy says I want you to play through the middle. This guy says I want you to be a false 9. He will never properly develop with this level of volatility in terms of his direction and instruction as a footballer. It will never happen. And I think that it's been lost on us.
Who told him to go to Spurs?
Oh no, that was the most plausible and feasible club.
Yeah. No. And I think he wanted he wanted to stay in the Premier League.
And he wanted to leave that chaos at West Ham.
Yes.
But I think if you look at how long it took for that deal to happen, it took like 2 days. I think if the signs were clear, he didn't give other teams the chance to come.
I don't think.
But when you made the statement,
I mean, the other teams
the other teams were Chelsea. There was Chelsea there.
Yeah, and there was
and then there was.
I think there was Newcastle.
There was Newcastle United.
And then he came out and said that it is Spurs he wants. He doesn't want. So
I mean,
because even at the time, Chelsea were in all sorts of turmoil.
Yeah.
Player coming in, going, manager leaving.
And if you look at the Chelsea situation,
it was a similar thing.
But the Spurs situation was worse.
Oh, but the thing is, he was based in London already with West Ham, and just swapping, and
he wants to stay in the same zone. They'll more than double your salary.
Yeah,
they'll give you big
and
bonuses.
it's a good club. And you are playing the Champions League, and you know that you are not going to be playing for Man United or Liverpool or Man City. So that is the biggest thing that will come.
I don't really blame him.
Oh no, we are more in for him.
I just think that
it's just the manager. The choice of the manager was wrong.
The young man's development needs to be taken into consideration. We need to keep an eye on him because it's hurting his development. And you will notice it.
Think about it
from this time at Spurs. You will notice.
Think about it. Before Semenyo's move to City, Kudus was like Ghana's best
boy.
exporter.
Yep.
Up until his injuries that he had to deal with. Now the light is on Semenyo.
Quick.
Yeah, so because they are the right manager. Yeah, 2.5 seasons. I understand. 2.5 seasons. Yeah. Look at where he is right now.
Charlie.
2.5 seasons. That's why I'm like, I look at it and I go like, Andoni Iraola is the guy they should be arrowing on. They shouldn't look anywhere else.
You know what? I'm not even
buy him out of his contract. Do everything and anything to get that guy because he is it.
Charlie, but that guy said, these days,
Spurs is sick structure.
But these days, even Iraola, I won't put my hand in the flame for him.
No, I'll put my hand in the flame for him because
last thing can happen.
No, it won't happen because you can never say never. But the thing is, he was so good with very little. He did the same at Rayo Vallecano.
Yes.
At the time they had Frank Garcia and
boys did big things with Everton.
Absolutely.
No, big things with West Ham. West a big club today.
You see, from Rayo Vallecano, then he moved to AFC Bournemouth. He's proven that when he stepped up in competition and the level, he went ahead along with the level.
I think we are all forgetting that we are not focusing on two things. One, expectations now, personnel. Today I was reading something. Keith Andrews, who's at Brentford, is actually thriving on the same fundamentals Thomas Frank was using at Brentford. When Arsenal were undone by that set piece, whatever, there's a whole article about Keith Andrews written about how he's thriving under Thomas Frank. But when Spurs was going for Thomas Frank, it was one of the things they looked at, tangibles. One, what was he doing at Brentford? He got a team to very stabilized. So if the similar, if you are watching Andoni Iraola,
if you look at what the Bournemouth coach is doing, that is the sort of football
Spurs need.
In general wants to play.
And I hope
that is why we could clearly tell that the appointment of Thomas Frank to Spurs was never going to work.
Yeah.
And before we go,
so then it has to do with personnel.
Yes. You see, personnel. I'm glad you mentioned personnel. Andoni Iraola went into this or came into this season with his entire back line gone. So
yes, all of them were sold.
All of them were sold.
But the Bournemouth
they understand. Bournemouth understands. So the guy you're looking for, coach, is called Vinay Venkatesham.
Yeah, man.
Who is that?
Venkatesham.
The Spurs
CEO of Spurs.
Yeah.
He's the CEO of Spurs. They brought him from Arsenal actually. He had been Arsenal CEO. He had been at Arsenal for like 14 years. So he's doing
look at Estaval.
He's doing both.
But this is better than the Kopama miss in midweek.
He's doing
it's better than Kopama's miss.
Raise your head there, guy. Raise your head. Raise your head.
It's okay, let's stay on that. Let's stay on that.
But you know that Levy's wife was working at Spurs.
Yeah.
And when they sacked Levy, they didn't even allow him to the training space. They sent their items or their properties that space through a van to be delivered to them. There's something wrong. There's something wrong with this football club.
Yep. So Spurs are really in a lot of trouble. I just hope Kudus can find some peace in this storm because it's hurting him.
And when is Kudus returning? March.
At the end of the international.
It's hurting his profile. It's hurting his stature. It's hurting his star player quality. It's hurting Ghana definitely. So I hope they can see through. Let's take a quick break on the show.
Our coaching is not good.
When we come back, we'll talk about Spurs' neighbors Arsenal. A lot of people say that Arsenal are about to do an Arsenal again. I don't know if it's true. I haven't said something. I'm not among. They say Arsenal about to do it. I'm not among. They say Arsenal about to do that thing again. We'll come back. We'll discuss that. We'll talk about the super clash Asante Kotoko and Accra Hearts of Oak. Karim Zito just jumped ship recently. We'll talk about the impact of all of that to that game as well.
The mayor of Kumasi says, beat heart and you chop money.
Oh, Charlie.
He says you will chop money.
We'll be back after this break. Stay with us on Sports Panorama.
When the world gathers for greatness, one name leads the way: Latina Travels. Latina Travels is taking Team Ghana to the biggest global football event on the planet, happening in America, Canada, and Mexico. Join the Latina 2-in-1 experience, uniting world-class football and global business in one unforgettable journey. Your Latina Travels package includes visa to watch all 3 group stage matches, 3 official match tickets, return charter flight, top-class hotel accommodation, travel insurance, and exclusive access to business networking events across all 3 host nations. This is not just a trip, it's history in motion. It's football, it's opportunity, it's Latina Travels. The world is watching, the stakes have never been higher, and Latina Travels is your ticket to the global stage. Call 0244-260-789 today or visit Latina at Alisa Hotel Northridge and secure your spot on this once-in-a-lifetime journey. Latina Travels, your gateway to the 2026 Global Football Competition, happening in the USA, Canada, and Mexico, where football meets opportunity and Ghana shines on the world stage.
This season, get ready to meet the Blanksons.
Meet my lovely family.
We can do that whilst I'm seated and eating.
A family where love is strong, secrets are deep, and mischief is a daily routine.
He will be here for days, and I only find out at a family dinner on the day that he arrives.
Just when you think you know them, the truth flips the script. Drama, humor, and unforgettable family moments.
Morning, family.
Everything in the kitchen is actually gone.
You know, in the UK, I work like a donkey, but here, I eat like a monkey.
A Channel 1 TV production, The Blanksons, coming soon, only on Channel 1 TV.
Thirsty.
Away, Dad, I'm sure he's gone.
Good morning.
I thought you were gone.
City 97.3. Accra.
Welcome back. Panorama, Benjamin Nketia here. Show proudly brought to us by Betway, and it's all about the Betway bet influencer. Please bet, share your codes with friends, fans, and followers. If they bet using your code, you earn 4% off their wager. That's what Betway is telling you. Extra cash, also giving you a chance to relieve your financial burdens. They say when unexpected wahala hits, extra cash will be there to cushion you, and they they give you extra money right inside your Momo wallet. You can repay any day up to 30 days, and all you need to do is just dial *170# select 535 and activate your extra cash. Show also proudly brought to us by Latina Travel and Tour. They want to make going to the World Cup a reality and a possibility. Mexico, Canada, and America. It's a 2-in-1 experience, world-class football, global business in one unforgettable journey. The package includes a visa to watch all 3 group stage matches, 3 official match tickets, return charter flights, hotel accommodation, travel insurance, exclusive access to business networking events across all 3 host nations. This isn't just a trip, it's history in motion, it's football, it's opportunity, it's Latina Travels. Call 0244-260-789 or 0302-934-565. That's the lowdown. Let me read a few messages that have come through. First on YouTube, and then I will get some messages also from my message box before we move on to our next item on the show. So when you look at the YouTube section, the guys are in there. They have been saying a lot of things. When you start off with the Charlie, you guys, they worry for this comment section inside. I'll get to the comment section in a bit. Okay, so I have it here. This one here says, Charlie, we've okay, you are talking about the Spurs thing. Says these mid-table coaches ain't good for the big teams. That's from Stark Foam. Sweet Kwame says that Kudus is overhyped and overrated. Stark Foam also says Kudus is lazy. This one also says that Spurs have always known who they are. They are dreamers, and you cannot fault them for that. Their issues are in the board room. Okay, so like a daisical with that one. If you see Charlie Atix says, see how the head is shining. Oh my god.
You're watching my head.
Charlie. J Kex says, let's be serious. You can't assemble average players in a seemingly big club and expect them to give you consistently top performances across all competitions. Who is a big guy in that Spurs team? A lot of questions. Players are being questioned right now, Charlie. Anyway, that's the word. I'll get to my message box.
But individually, also, they have quality.
They do, actually. They do.
Yeah,
they do have quality, but you can't necessarily. Some players will start for other teams, some won't. But they do have quality. I can't doubt that. Let's get to the Premier League and talk about Arsenal and Manchester City real quick, because the two teams are always in tandem. Pep Guardiola, Mikel Arteta. Arsenal have 57 points on the league log, conceded just 18 goals all season, but Manchester City are just 4 points behind them. Now, Arsenal's last game ended 1-1, very drab, disappointing type of draw. Arsenal fans were fuming by the time the match was over.
Aren't they always fuming?
They don't see anything yet.
They were fuming. Coach, let me start with you on this one. You, again, tipped Arsenal to win this title. I want to ask if, after everything you've seen, one, you still stand by them to be able to see out this job, or if they won't, what will be the spanner in their works? What will hurt their title charge?
I still believe they'll win it. I still believe they'll win it on grounds that the chasing pack themselves, you cannot say are that consistent to ensure that once Arsenal themselves were to falter, these guys would take advantage about it.
Let me just read out their remaining fixtures to you, just so you can make more sense of it. So next game, they have an FA Cup. I'm not counting that. So they have Wolves to come. They have Spurs, Chelsea, and Brighton in back-to-back games. And then they have Everton. Then they have Bournemouth, Man City, Newcastle. In that order. Fulham, West Ham, Burnley, and Palace to finish the season.
Those are their next 4 games. I think will define whether they win the title or not.
Wolves, Spurs, Chelsea, Brighton.
Yeah.
So they have to define it before they meet City in April.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That their next 4 games
otherwise Zuka
will define whether they win the title or not.
Yeah.
I still believe that if they can even find a way of keeping the 4 points between they and Man City until they go to the Etihad, I fancy them to beat City at the Etihad. Yes, because tactically they will be in a much more composed situation.
Okay.
If they were to leave the Etihad having the 4 points intact, they'll look at themselves and say, look, it is in our hands. It is ours to lose. But they cannot go to the Etihad not having the 4 points intact or more. I don't want to count the or more, because the or more would mean that Man City themselves will have to falter. I'm looking at the two teams winning both games or all their games until they meet. So at the Etihad, I think if Arsenal were to take a 4-point lead to the Etihad, tactically they will be more composed, they will be more relaxed, because they will now set up in a way that I believe is their strongest weapon defensively, and they've got proper players to actually worry Man City on the counter-attack. But having said that, there are certain games, or there are games that, you see, they cannot be making what happened yesterday and those performances against Nottingham Forest. I'm not counting the one against Manchester United, because that one, it is not about form. It is not about who and what you are at the moment. These are big games that at any time T can swing and go either way. But they cannot allow the Nottingham Forest draw, the draw yesterday, to repeat itself. and they need to calm down. This is the month of February. You see, in winning the title, and this is the most difficult month. Historically, if you follow the Premiership, you realize that normally the team that are in contention of the league, the one
between
that,
February and March ending,
that does so well in February and March. I mean, normally I don't even count them, because by the time, if you are, unless the Liverpool, Man City, where they were neck and neck,
the club,
and you went all the way down to the wire. But usually, if you have a lead in February and you can carry that lead into March, you are most likely to see it through. But in seeing it through, one thing that they should know, as it stands now, they need to find a way to win football games. It is not about winning it in a very beautiful and a very attractive manner, but it has to be won by all means. By all means. And that all means is what I didn't see of them yesterday. I didn't see the by all means of them yesterday at all.
Yeah, and
it looks
that's
like
what the fans were upset with.
Yes, it looks like they were not ready for the game. They started the game very badly. It took them close to 25-30 minutes before they started showing their true character. You want to win the league? You are going to Brentford? That Brentford ground is a very difficult ground. Most of the big teams go there, and they, if you don't turn up, you are in big trouble. So for me, the manner in which they approached the game yesterday was very wrong. And I've always maintained that Mikel Arteta himself, you see, his demeanor, his posture on the bench or on that touchline, at times creates the sort of tension around the team. He needs to calm down. There are certain things that he needs to smile a bit about them. He's too serious for my liking. You see, when you are that and you are being chased and you are in contention about something and it is not going the way you want it to go, and your body language, it sends the wrong signal.
Facts.
It sends the wrong signal. Are you encouraging them? Tactically, are you getting them to do the right things? We saw the way he panicked against Manchester United. Man United goes up 2-1 with about 35 minutes to play. He makes 4 changes at a go. He just exhausted all his substitute. So if somebody had gotten injured,
trouble.
If somebody had been shown a red card, you don't want that from your manager at this level. He's come a long way. This is his 6th season or 7th season.
He says the project is in phase 5.
No.
And phase 5 is the trophy winning phase.
So now you need to exhibit trophy winning mentality.
And dig, you find gold.
You need to exhibit trophy winning mentality. I'm afraid that is not what we've seen of him. That's not what we've seen of them. I maintain that in terms of consistency, they've been the best team in the league.
Oh yeah, easy.
Nobody has put together. That is why they are topping the league. That's why they're topping the league. But where we've gotten to the business, they are competing in forefront. Maybe the time will come where he needs to let go of some of the
trophies. The only way Arteta survives this job is if he wins the Champions League.
That is it. So if he doesn't win the league, the only thing that in my view keeps him in the job is the Champions League.
Because that would be historic for Arsenal too.
I don't think
not even FA Cup.
Temperament.
No. By this time,
but
Arsenal have plenty of FA Cup.
No, the fact that he's bottled
something.
No. Arsenal have passed that stage.
We've got to win something.
Win something because barely and it's
he's bottled it back to back.
Arteta won an FA Cup literally in his first season time of asking.
Yes.
So
he has outgrown that trophy.
Win
something. It cannot be win something.
It's the pure Champions League.
Ask Arsenal fans if they will be happy.
It's the pure Champions League.
Only an FA Cup.
No, it's the pure Champions League.
They won't be happy.
You see, it has to be the Premier League or the Champions League. Especially when we look at the amount of money he spent, over 600 million pounds over the period.
You have the best league, the best squad in the league.
Ben, not to take this from you, coach. Quickly, go and look at Arsenal's bench just last season and this season.
You see the difference?
And look at the difference.
Vast
Arteta
difference.
is leading a team by 3-1. He's now throwing on Eberechi Eze.
Ow.
Go and look at last season.
67 million pound player.
Charlie, he's a fiduciary for talk about him.
No, but he said it is the coach that has contributed to it.
I think so. The coach has killed his confidence.
He benched him at the wrong time.
The guy was soaring high on confidence. All of a sudden,
you started benching him. Then you put him on the bench. Where was the competition? He deserved to have a run in the team. He denied him his run, and that affected his confidence. So, for me, I still stand by my prediction that I think they'll win the league. But what they cannot afford to do is to repeat that Nottingham Forest Brentford performances again. They were winning. They were finding a way to win away from home. The whole season, they hadn't lost. They had only one draw against Man City until Man United came there and beat them. Okay? They were doing so well away from home. And that was what kept them in front of the pack. So Arteta, calm down, coach the team. And I think he needs to give some of the players some rest. Somebody like Declan Rice. No, he's not resting Declan Rice.
I mean, can he afford to rest Declan Rice?
He bought this boy from
Christian Norgard.
So tomorrow like this in the FA Cup, you don't want to see Declan Rice in this thing.
Norgard, how many games?
Norgard will have to be given a chance to play.
10 games,
you understand? Or if Rice is playing, then find a way of
first half
of getting him Zubimendi to share the time. Some of these things will be needed because you look at Rice, he's played, but he looked very tired. When I saw him yesterday, then he held his waist. I said, damn man. One of the moment I saw it, because we all know his strongest is his drive, his ability to drive.
But it's true, because Arteta at a point has used him as a right back.
He needs to
this season,
if he doesn't now that Mikel Merino is injured, you need to find a balance. Give the others the chance. Norgard has been sitting on that bench for throughout the season.
You know one thing that worries me about Arsenal. I hate to agree with this person, but I have to. Jamie Carragher says something that sets me thinking.
The front line.
Yep. He says that, look, if you look at every team that wins the Premier League, it's not even about how many goals that person scores, but every Premier League winning team has a talisman up front. If you put up a team of the season at the end of the campaign, every team that has won the Premier League has a talisman up front that leads a charge. And he mentioned it right from Eden Hazard. You have a Didier Drogba. You have a Sergio Aguero at the time. Last season, Liverpool had Mohamed Salah. In seasons where they've done it, Manchester City had Ellen Haaland. Man United had Van Persie. Leicester had Jamie Vardy and Riyad Mahrez.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
You know, if I look at Arsenal, there's nobody up front there that's a talisman.
They have
nobody, and nobody in there can give you 20 goals a season up front there. Bukayo Saka was coming close to that level, but injuries have also derailed him, and he's not getting any close.
And he has become a one-trick pony. He has become a one-trick pony, very predictable and very selfish.
And he doesn't see the defensive line come ahead of him.
Raise your head, pass the ball.
Against Gideon Mensah, you survive.
Because I'm just thinking that, don't do this.
I'm telling you honestly, against Gideon, left and
just
if I jealous,
just cut a stray bullet like that.
And Thomas Tuchel has extended his contract too as England manager, so he will be the one leading them in Euro 2028.
I watch Arsenal sometimes, and I realistically I really worry. I'm like, are you really trying to win this ball, like this game with a dead ball? Like, you are really fashioning out.
It's like they're overly dependent on dead ball situations.
Speaking of the dead ball thing, that's why they lost that game against Brentford. So after the game, and not to take this from you, maybe you were going to him. Arteta spoke. They asked him about how his team was undone by the long throwing.
Coyote.
Ben, go and look at Brentford's XG when it comes to the long throw-ins. They are leading the chart, both on the left and on the right. Now, he knew that in moments like that, when you have like 5 minutes to end the game, that's what Brentford do. They crowd the box. They make the box very uncomfortable for you, the opponent. And they always thrive. In fact, it's something they've practiced.
And they've got big guys.
Forgetting that Brentford's coach in Keith Andrews was the set-piece coach for Thomas Frank, who's been sacked at Spurs. That's why I said early on, when we're talking about Spurs, that Keith Andrews is actually thriving on the fundamentals Thomas Frank set at Brentford. That is why a lot of teams have gone to Brentford this season. The only team, Ben, to go to the G-Tech and win, guess who is Manchester City? 1-0. Chelsea went there, they lost. United, they lost. Spurs have lost. Arsenal, draw. 2 draws in this season. So when I hear manager speak, so it means Arteta knew what Brentford would do, but clueless. Zero solution to what Brentford would do to them in the final minutes, and that's very worrying. The second thing I want to talk about is that and I was telling you this off air. When you look at Arsenal's end of form, we have just about 12 games. The stat says that in 5 seasons, it's only just one season they've been able to win 10 out of the 12 games, which was in 2003-2004.
Wow.
Sorry, the 2023-2024 season. In those five seasons, they've always bottled it. It's less wins, more losses, and some draws in there. Will that feat repeat itself again? I think they'll win the league because Coach mentioned something. When you look at the chasing pack, there is a huge lack of quality from the teams following them. It's clear.
Manchester City
know they have the know-how, the experience in Pep. The players are there. Some have left, but there are some who know how to do these things. Yeah. But City themselves are not too convincing.
Yeah.
If Arteta and his team can actually let go of these stats and not allow that to replay itself again, I think they'll win.
Because right now the mentality thing is coming back again. You start looking in the mirror and saying, wow, here we go again.
Exactly.
Are we about to really do this again?
Exactly.
Like all those things,
the players to
mind.
begin to feel like that.
Yeah. I don't think they should feel like that because they should look at that Manchester City game against Tottenham Hotspur and know that this is not the same Manchester City of old.
No, but
because that Manchester City,
they shouldn't. They
led by 2 goals, and in the second half,
they managed to throw
it away. This is not the same Man City.
I'm even just speaking of observing Arsenal players' body language after matches. Like when they play games, when they win, there's such a heavy sigh of relief.
Yeah,
you can tell that wow, like we managed to see it through finally. Like, look, I mean, you can't. How long can you drag that through for the rest of the season?
That's why
it's almost like a team that
overly relying on set pieces. See, most of their set pieces goals are not
clean,
beautiful.
They're not clean.
Look at the one they scored against Man United. What a goal.
So we have a goal in the FA Cup happening.
Tactical Liam Rosinia.
39 minutes played. Chelsea have taken the lead against Hull City. It's Pedro Neto with the goal. 1-0 advantage Chelsea. I'm trying to see if we can catch a replay of the goal.
Yeah, it was a brilliant strike.
I can give you a description. Neto scores beautiful goals. Sometimes maybe that's why he doesn't score a lot of goals. When it's not beautiful, he doesn't.
So today, Rosinia is playing him as a 10.
I mean, because Kopama
is not. Yeah, so he's operating through just behind the Abonkele striker in Liam Delap.
Beautiful interchange of passes.
That's what Delap did.
Forced to him.
I see the chance he missed.
I don't know what they think about it.
Thank God.
Hey, you always used to say you didn't want him.
People wanted him. You know that Wilcox, that was his first choice. And Barada, they were opting for Liam Delap ahead of Benjamin Sheshko.
Yeah.
And Delap, I do.
Onyazi. So that's the word on Arsenal. They need to get their act together because Manchester City are breathing down their neck. Look, like you guys say, City definitely are inconsistent, but I saw something about City during that Liverpool game that is dangerous for Arsenal.
Yeah,
I haven't seen City play like that all season.
The boy said that. If you listen to Bernardo Silva, what he said was that when Liverpool scored, the thinking within the playing, but they started telling themselves it wasn't the game they were losing, though. They were losing the title. When Liverpool took the lead, he said that when he got closer to Rodri and Erling Haaland, they told themselves that
if we let this slip, the title is slipping.
The title is gone. If they were to because that time Arsenal had opened a 9-point lead.
9-point lead, true.
9 points, so they needed to win to bring it back to 6. And if they had lost, if look at that game again. The last 15 to 18 minutes,
they played with a certain
intensity, a certain direct focus. They just changed.
Yeah.
And I believe it came from the manager.
But in that game, Pep Guardiola almost did his thing again, where he overcomplicated things.
Exactly.
By playing Antoine Semenyo as a number 10. Had him operate as a number 10. He was on the wings. He was lined up on the right side.
Manchester City fans were ripping him in the
because consistently he was the one drifting in, receiving the ball, and expected to tread the pass.
He's not that guy.
Erling Haaland and Mamouche, but he's not that kind of guy. He had like 4 opportunities where it all went through Antoine Semenyo and he couldn't pick the pass because It's not part of.
I'm a runner.
His DNA.
I want to press.
It's not part of it. So they got a bit lucky in the sense that the players managed to dig themselves out of that hole that Pep Guardiola dug for them, because he almost overcomplicated things.
As for us now, I'll just say that, look, Man City, they have blood in their eyes. I saw that Liverpool game. Charlie, they are about to go on one of those their streaks. Like, there's something about and Guardiola, if he really wants to leave this season, then Arteta is in big trouble.
And this, I think if he wants to leave, I think he'll be looking at the Champions League more than the Premier League.
He actually said that. He said that. Yeah, if he wants to leave out in 2027, he will target the Champions League. But I think you can look at it from two ways. Mind games.
Exactly.
Also keeping eye on the Premier League.
Always.
Yeah, because see, if Arsenal beat Brentford yesterday, right? You know what would have meant for them? They are playing Wolves on Wednesday. If they beat Wolves, it would have been 9 points. Then City plays later. So then it's pressure on City. And hoping that City bottles it, and then you can also increase the points. And they have got to bottle it against Brentford. Now it's now 4 points. So if they go and play, as for Wolves, everybody they beat Wolves.
Okay.
But speaking of City, are people really paying attention to the words that Pep Guardiola uses when describing Antoine Semenyo? Are people really paying attention to what the man says about Antoine Semenyo?
What did he
You mean is somebody paying?
He says that he has the smell for goal.
No,
he has a sense for goal.
For
he can play as a right winger, play as a left winger, play as a number striker.
Is someone paying attention to?
And I wonder. I ask myself, this is Pep Guardiola saying this about Antoine Semenyo, but he comes to play for Ghana and he looks like so he's like a Ghana Division 2
when you
player.
talk, some people will say the player quality are not the same.
We
accept the player quality is
but
not
Ghana has top level players
with Kudus and Partey and Co. We can't pass.
Are you saying that Ghana doesn't have top players? The man has 3 goals in 32 games for Ghana, but he has 7 goal contributions in 8 games for Manchester City.
For Tottenham, say 3 goals in 4 years for the Black Stars, so that people will understand how
bad it is.
Are you all?
Yeah, so that's the situation. Arsenal fans, let me know what's up. If there are any Manchester City fans out there, let me know how you guys Freeman and Richard Mensah
beefing up the Black Stars technical team. You go and bring people who are not working anywhere as we speak. They are not working. There's no body of work to support. Obi coaching was that one of the promise given to Bioko Green? That is why he didn't leave. Like they will add him into so that he go to the World Cup, because we all knew that Bioko Green was at the verge of leaving.
He has proven that he's a specialist in certain areas.
In women's coaching, women
will come to that.
The women's game is right. It's like Thomas Tuchel saying his assistant to be the England women's coach. Onwe koda na mene inwenyeje nyefte wo team e ka kenye we nye pele bebe oyo wo nye kaya ni nyache wo nye ba na.
Nice one. We'll get to that. Shout outs to who's in there.
He also just texted me.
Yeah, shout outs to
you know, Eko be hard guy.
You should have come through for the early initiation. You know, it's all good. It's all good, bro. But yeah, so that's the conversation so far on Semenyo. Let's talk about Semenyo briefly. While we dovetail out of that Arsenal conversation, he plays for City. He's looking to capture his first Premier League title. That would be something as well.
His first trophy as a professional.
Before we switch,
fact,
that Carabao Cup final,
March 22,
could be
the undoing of
an establishment of a psychological dominance or a distraction. I'm talking with respect to the Arsenal perspective. If they win it, I think they will go.
There's an
but psychologically, that game will come before the league game.
March 22.
So if that game comes and Man City were to suppress them at Wembley, they will not even attempt it at the Etihad. They get beat.
So somebody says that Arteta needs to win at least 2 trophies this season.
He should win 2.
Or it's either the league and the Carabao Cup or the Champions League and the FA Cup. Or something. The league there and the Champions League there. Maybe if you ask me,
the league has
he needs to win the league. You cannot leave this league. They played from day one.
At all.
No, the thing is, if he doesn't win the league or the Champions League, then he has to win the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup.
Charlie, what?
If he doesn't win the Premier League or the Champions League, then he has to play the numbers game.
No,
then he has to win the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup.
So those
me tell you something.
Context.
As for Carabao Cup, Obian Fanyashi. Carabao Cup.
Context is key.
Yeah, context is key.
5 seasons. Arteta has 6. Arteta has guided this team to 3
second
back to back.
And you're saying
all 3 occasions.
Every day you want to be bridesmaid.
You're saying you should settle for
Carabao.
right? No.
So bridesmaids you go chop.
I'm saying
don't do this.
But the Champions League, if he wins it and doesn't win any of the other trophies,
yes, it's fine.
It's fine.
No, as for the trophy with the big ears, when you get it, you are good. And if you get the Champions League, they can sack you. You are automatically a legend. Roberto Di Matteo, he's not had any good job anywhere, but he's a legend. He's a champion. He's in a Champions League.
Yeah, he didn't see it up forever and ever.
He's a legend. If Arteta can manage a Champions League, don't talk about Carabao Cup, FA Cup. The fans will forget after 2 days. Like they won't even remember. And to be honest, Arsenal's a big club. Like they've seen big things. And you, Arteta, you won the FA Cup in your early days. So FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, there, Charlie.
Make you talk about one Ghanaian.
Let's talk about Antoine Semenyo. He's on how many goals? 7, 5 goals, 2 assists. 5 goals, 2 assists.
If you add it up, so 7 goal contributions.
That's just for Manchester.
That's just for Manchester City.
He's crossed the double.
And in the league, he has 13 goals. And what that means is that he's now the Ghanaian with the most goals scored in a season. So he surpassed Tony Yeboah and Andre Ayew, who had 12 apiece in the list.
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
You won't say that Capito once did 12 goals in the league.
Yeah. The time was with Swansea.
that season, that was his
first season.
His best season.
Wait, was that a championship?
No, Swansea in the league.
When they got promoted,
then he moved over to West Ham. That's what got him the West Ham.
12 goals in a season is crazy. If you can cross the 10 goal mark in the Premier League,
especially when you're not a central striker.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Shout out to Capito. Shout out to Andre Dede Rami Morgan of Knack Breda. Gabby, why are you laughing?
10 minutes.
Does he not play for Knack Breda?
Oh yeah, he plays for Knack.
Stop that.
10 minutes, 8 minutes. Andre Ayew. Charlie.
Is that it? Charlie. This agenda owns.
Somebody play.
Capito. I said it when I said it here.
It looks like Coach prophesied into his move to Knack Breda.
But it was always coming.
I mean, you 10 minutes, 8 minutes
for
he's warming up. He's warming himself up
for half of the season.
Yeah.
You just can't come in there and start playing 45 minutes and 60 minutes. No way.
It will happen. It will happen. It will be gradual. So
it will be gradual.
Shout out to Capito. Doing his thing over there.
But the Semenyo thing, like I said, we need to pay attention to what Guardiola is saying about Semenyo, what he's saying about Semenyo, what he's telling Semenyo, because when he scored, I think his first goal in the league at home, as in at the Etihad, there was this shot or 2 shots of Pep Guardiola talking to him, and if you see Charlie, the man
Passion.
Give one.
Oh, Charlie.
Charlie,
you mean Pepono?
Like
pepping him up.
Oh man, Apono.
Is it now?
He can give one
for the camera.
Diagrams.
Charlie.
You can tell that this guy. You can tell that this guy is being given a master class.
No, what about
But kissing players.
But you
can tell that Semenyo is getting a master class tutorial, and it will only make him better. And we've seen him getting better. And I look at the goal that he scored. I think it was against Tottenham Hotspur. When he got the ball and he finished, that touch, and he finished with his
the first touch to take out.
Yeah, that was one. And there was another one that was against Tottenham, where he finished with his left foot in front of goal with the goalkeeper rushing on him. He finished with his left foot, and I asked myself, this guy has speed, he has power,
he's ambidextrous,
athletic.
He's athletic. He can finish with left and right foot. Okay, how is it that it's still not working for Ghana? It just tells me, look, the pattern of play when they attack, it's just not coherent.
Boom. In fact, ask yourself that when Semenyo is playing for Ghana, how many clear-cut chances do you actually even see?
No, the thing is, Ben,
the coach is standing there,
for the Black
and
Stars,
the attack is not fluid.
It's not fluid.
For the Black Stars, and when you pay particular attention to where we play him, I realized that he actually drops deep to sometimes even start the play himself.
That is it.
And then try and go and finish it.
That is it.
But look at when he went to City, his game has been more refined. He's not attacking the box.
Yeah. Because they know that he knows how to press.
Yeah, and even at City, he's not even doing more of the runs like he was doing at Bournemouth.
No.
At Bournemouth, when he takes the ball on the right, he wants to take on like 1 or 2 players and go and finish it. But now he's always at the right place at the right time. Pep said it.
Says he has
there was another player, an ex-player too. I think it was Sturridge, who also said it, that he's always at the right place at the right time. That goal he scored, I think it was Erling Haaland who was trying to connect to a cross, and then he ricochets off a defender from the opponent, and then he taps into the. Me, I'm not surprised at what he's doing at
I'm not. Me too.
At City, because 2 things. If you've monitored what people say about him, I mean, when he was moving from Bournemouth to he's very humble. He listens a lot.
He's a very focused player.
Very focused, and you see,
very good team player.
Very good. So he's more focused about doing the job than other things. I mean, ever since he burst onto the Premier League from Bristol City, you don't hear him involved in all sorts of things.
You will hear about him for the wrong reasons.
It is mostly about the footballing reasons. So I'm really excited about what he's doing.
He's the kind of player like teams have meetings about, they want to buy. Everybody says yes, let's buy that guy. Everybody like work ethic check, physical attributes check,
doesn't get hit. Availability.
There was one thing. One time, I think, I don't know whether the Prime Minister of England, they were in.
They were in Parliament, and
they used him.
They used him as an example, as in his humble beginnings, moving through the ranks of English football.
As a Ghanaian, when I was watching the video, I got goosebumps.
You get goosebumps, Charlie. Semenyo's rise has been meteoric.
This is one thing about him. Even from afar, when you look at him, and he's on the pitch, he doesn't complain. You never see him
throwing his hands.
For players who do
negative body language,
most often they are focused on the job. He understands that this is the nature of our job. It is prone.
Things like this will happen.
So you don't dwell over it. You immediately tend to look ahead of what is in front of you. And he wants to play for the team. That is why, tactically, if you are not wise as a coach, I'm not saying nobody is wise. If you are not wise as a coach, you may capitalize on that and use him haphazardly. But even within his versatility, there are areas where he's most potent or most effective.
You can tell that he's a guy who watches tape of himself.
Yes, he's most effective. But if it comes to the Black Stars, the next moment he's dropping deep into midfield. The next moment, he's the one leading the line with his back to goal. The next moment, and I've told myself that why is it that we cannot position him in such a way that he gets into the box, receive the ball and play? It's because
somebody's
one
turning with the ball.
The coach cannot tell Mohamed Kudus to release the ball on time. The rest of the teams are being so selfish, or even when we are not selfish, we don't have the belief to construct passes as a team.
No, we don't.
I think with the Black Stars, they should do what Rudy Tomjanovic did, the former Houston Rockets
what
head
did
coach.
he do?
Before the season starts, he takes out a cue card, those small sheets. He writes your role. Every player,
every good coach does that.
You are doing this. Yours is to rebound, block shots, and lay on the pass to the point guard. That is your rule. He gives it to you.
Don't do anything.
Don't do anything beyond it or outside it. Then he goes to this guy. Yours, pass first, make steals. Then score third. If you start scoring first, you are not playing your role. And in Antoine Semenyo's situation, it gets worsened because Mohamed Kudus also has a situation where he is not demarcated specific areas of the pitch. He is not given a specific role. So he is doing his thing. Antoine Semenyo is doing his thing. Jordan Ayew is all over the place. One moment he's on the right side, one moment he's on the left side. Meanwhile, he's a central striker. You can interchange, but play your specific role. And demarcate sections of the pitch where you can operate.
And I like that you're actually making this point, because if you look at Semenyo's game, his game is very simple. He's the kind of guy. Like you say, you just give him instructions and he will do exactly what you tell him. Stay in this area. When the ball is coming, press this guy. If he comes, lay the ball, play the. Like, he doesn't do. His game is very textbook. Like, he doesn't do a lot. And so I'm just happy for him, man. To be honest, like when he was at Bristol, I used to see his form, but he would go on like a 5-game spell and then he would get injured. Then he would come back 10 games, get injured. Like ever since he sorted out his fitness and he's been available to play. It's just been up.
Charlie,
up.
But before we move on, I just want to take us back to Bournemouth. Charlie, credit to the Bournemouth scouting team.
Oh no, they sport them.
They've signed a certain Brazilian.
Ryan.
The guy moves the ball like Semenyo.
Same movement. I saw it.
You should go and watch the player.
Ryan.
Same pedal like.
They really scout. They bought Ilya Zabani from Dynamo Kiev or somewhere. They go to Russia, they go to Denmark,
and I think he already has
they
two
go
goals.
to Brazil. Like Bournemouth is doing what we used to credit Brighton and Hove Albion for a few years ago. Is what AFC Bournemouth
and now the Brighton model is failing them because instead of watching the players and tracking them, guess what they're using? Data, analytics, statistics,
pure
analytics, and now it is failing them. It is failing them, and now look at where they are because the players that they are bringing in, they are just not getting the job done. But look at Brentford. They are still getting the job done.
Brighton have like they behave like Cotto and House of Folk. They can play 1-11 today. Next 2 weeks, you see like almost 8 new players on the pitch. The next week, same old. I don't know what's going on.
Before the season started, Kotoko IOC let go of what 19 players. They brought in about 15 players, 13 players. And mid-season, the January transfer window, how many players they bring? They brought like 6-7 players.
And they'll let go of them again when the season ends.
Let's talk about how many goals Antoine can score to finish the campaign.
I think he'll do 20 goals.
Right now, it's 13. I think 18.
For me, I think he can do 20 goals.
18. So
20 goals.
Now
that will be contention for top goal scorer.
Yeah. Now he has 13. So if he has, I think he can get 5 more. So for me, 18.
He's competing with Igor Thiago of Brentford. Haaland has what? 21?
21, yeah.
Yeah. I think Semenyo can do 20.
Yeah. Coach, how many?
I think in all competition, I think he should be able to do like 20.
No, we are talking about league.
Yes, league.
Yeah, league 18. For me, league 18.
I mean, all competitions is fine. I don't mind.
I think
20 all competitions is elite.
Yeah.
All competitions, 20 he'll get it. But I'm talking about the league. 18. For me, 18.
How many games left? 12
games. I see him getting 5 more goals.
Yeah, score like 5 more goals.
I think I agree with you.
He can definitely score like 5 more goals. He can get it done. So shout outs to Antoine Semenyo doing his thing. Let's talk about House of Folk and Asante Kotoko. Big game coming up. Hey, coach, don't do that. Well, Kotoko have lost their manager in Karim Zito. He stepped down recently after they lost to Adriana Stars in the FA Cup.
Did you say big game coming up?
Big game.
But it's a big game.
There's nothing big about it.
Oh, it's big. Oh, don't do that.
There's nothing big.
Oh, it's big.
No,
It's big.
see, we have gotten to the stage where Hassan Kotoko cannot be playing on the intelligence of Ghanaians. I'm telling you. Look, some of us, look, in the year 2000, where if I don't watch Has,
not be brilliant.
Woye la la ko eye si die no ti alale te awo asewo
Charlie, how can you drop this song in the Charlie, Gabby, you are shocked.
No, I've heard him sing before.
Yeah, this number is reserved for special occasions.
Look, now we cannot sing our song. Look at the behavior of Kotoko. You sell your topmost striker
at the beginning,
in the some halfway through the season. You didn't even get the money
on the day they got exited
from the cup confederation cup.
And some of us are hearing that they were not even paid in full. They didn't get the money. Now you come back and brought the player on. Do you think the team will pay you the money? It's come at the expense of the league title. When they were asked, why did you do that?
They wanted
Safo Duku, the lawyer? Yeah. He said they needed the money. Go and use the money to go and watch the game on Sunday. You have deprived us of what we wanted to watch. You complete the season and sell him.
The same Safo.
You not complete the season and sell him. You sell him. You went. Supporters are mad at why you do such a thing.
And now he's now calling on the supporters to go to the stadium.
He's not serious
and support the team.
They are not
because
serious.
Kotoko are not commanding numbers anymore.
Of course,
nobody's going there to go and watch them.
In fact, no. There's a lot of apathy among the fan base of the two teams. Actually.
But why should I go and pay money to watch them?
Yeah.
Because somebody should convince me why I should take my beautiful
but you can watch a Hubert Jehu. I mean, Vitinha.
look.
I mean,
Hassan Kotoko.
Oh yeah. Kotoko. They have Nuno Mendes. They have Vitinha.
Look at that.
Oh, there's another one. I forgot.
When Ishmael and Co were playing, we're not nicknaming them. We're using
the game speaks for itself.
Charles Barnier Taylor, who are naming him after his own.
Kweku Asampon.
Barnier.
Oh, Charlie.
Eba Bubo Lagati. Eba Bubo Lagati. Dada don.
But that decision.
Right now, you see, let me finish that. The problem is that. Those days, the players could talk big. That Adon alone could market this game. He can. But the things he will say,
he can agitate the whole fan base.
25,000 supporters.
Fact.
No back Kumasi. Me baho. He went to Kumasi. Herbert Ado took him to Kumasi. He collected their money free. He came back
and then transferred them on top.
Score you. He went there. He scored them on top. The players could manage the game.
That's what it was. There was real star power. Yep.
Who is talking?
Facts.
Which player of the two teams are talking?
Samba O'Neal.
I beg you, Yangbeje. Samba O'Neal.
What's Kotoko's captain?
Papa Ben.
Samba O'Neal versus Benjamin Asari.
Joseph Jamchek. Hendrich. Onbo. I mean, Ismail who they chatted off left.
But I think that the clubs are also to blame for the marketing bit, because you have the Black Star starting goalkeeper if you are Hearts of Oak in Benjamin Asari. Why aren't you using him as a way of marketing this game?
If a goalkeeper is your marketer, not looking down on the position.
Yeah, it's part of it. Yeah.
It is not like having that Kotoko striker that is. If this guy had stayed and he had scored like 15 goals, by this time he'll be talking big.
And it cost him a place in the Black Stars in the process.
Yeah. So
he was on the brink of making it to the Black Stars.
As owners or as caretakers or as CEO. When the going gets stuff, you want us to come and pay money. What are we going to talk about? Tactically, what is there to be spoken about?
Hey, Charlie.
On both House of Folk and Kotoko. What quality of football are they playing? Everything is bad. I will not come and sit here and give them mileage when they don't deserve it. I will not do it.
Talking about...
Because we need them to set a standard.
Yeah.
They don't have standard. What is the standard of Kotoko?
Facts.
What is the standard of House of Folk? The two teams don't have any standard to stand on to attract anybody to go and watch them play at Kumasi or in Accra. What is the standard?
And then I'll go back to
I listen to you. I listen to you. Media, look, the media they do so much.
You mean on football media?
Just to pronounce. Hey, so what can't simple?
After
all the shambolic performance,
that's actually true.
Look at the media. We are finding a way to promote the game.
Always.
Meanwhile, the clubs, even common pre-game, post-game interview,
they will do it. They will not make themselves available.
This story, I don't
do it.
I don't even Ben, you know this story.
Ghanaian clubs do post-game or pre-game process based on their emotions.
No, the
team loses, the head coach won't come. Then the assistant will come. When the team wins, then the head coach will come.
Or sometimes they don't even do it at all. And the communication officers,
professionalism is this.
You are trying to book an interview, they will toss you one.
You know what's funny? In fact, it is only Ghana
where scored only 13 goals.
Imagine.
I should go and watch.
That's what I'm going to watch. Only Ghana where club PROs talk to the media. It doesn't happen anywhere. It doesn't happen anywhere.
I started to follow Chelsea. I don't know Chelsea name PR. Like he comes with a coach, but his name is not popular.
Ghana here.
But who is there to listen to him? Nobody will listen to him.
Ghana here. They use the PRO to do campaign to enter into the football.
Who want to listen to Masaudi?
That's the thing I wanted to address. The biggest thing I'm looking out for in this game is the goal scoring. You mentioned Jamie Carragher and what he said about Arsenal.
Yeah.
If we are to look at the top goal scorers in the season and let's say build our team of the year or the team of the season, Hassan Kotoko, their strikers,
they'll be
none will make it.
6 goals. That's the one who scored the most goals is 6 goals.
None will make it because
no wonder. You look at Masari is keeping one clean sheet after the next clean sheet,
and that's what we have said it.
And we are doubting whether indeed
is
good.
Yes. And that for me is the biggest talking point because Hearts of Oak, what are you going to look at? Is Mauli Wayo. He has 5 goals in the Ghana Premier League. After how many games? 21 games. Then you look at Kotoko. The least said about them, the better, because Albert Amo is there. He left and he came back. He scored a couple of goals and that's pretty much it. Kwame Poku had some injury issues. He hasn't been the same. They brought in Dozo Morrison.
Justice Blaze.
Nothing major. Then they brought in this guy. He used to play for Dreams FC. Moved over to playing Abroche and he came back. I think it was Morrison or something.
Yeah, not Morrison.
No, not him. There was another guy. I'll get his name for you. Between these four players, and their last 4 games, Kotoko have been scored.
They've won 1 game in their last 5 Ghana Premier League matches.
You get it.
1 in their last 5 matches.
And so they are not even scoring goals. And that for me is the biggest talking point.
Let me give you a quick update. Just hold your horses there. So Chelsea have scored a second. What the goalkeeper looking confused, upset. Look at Rosinia. Cold swag Liam.
The glasses, the button down, turtleneck,
tactical
hands in the pocket. All till. Oh man. Oh.
Ungu.
Yeah. Ungu. No, but guys, you have to acknowledge Rosinia's swag.
On top of that, there's a Suria.
I think the laptop. What?
You know, but don't give this go to the lab. Where is it?
But acknowledge the swag.
Oh no, but he the shutout.
Glasses.
Oh, I think they'll give it to her too.
All black.
Yeah, Rosinia had the shutout
with the trench coat.
Oh.
Hands in the pocket.
If I go watch him for Strasbourg,
and the worst thing in this game, heading into this game, is that Kotoko, for instance, Peter Amidu he's likely not to play in this game. And in the Ghana Premier League, he's the one who leads the assist category. He has what 7 assists?
Yeah, 7 assists.
7 assists.
You just run your team anyhow.
And so what that means is that they will be lacking creativity. And if they are to be able to get something out of that end of the pitch, because he usually lines up on the left side of the wing, it will have to be a situation where Albert Amo moves over to that side, and then Kwame Poku plays through the middle. Then you have a guy like maybe Vitinha playing in behind.
Who's Vitinha?
Sorry. Hubert Jehu.
Vitinha is the PSG.
sorry. I completely forgot. Hubert Jehu playing in behind him. I think he's one guy that we really should look out for. He's a very, very talented player, very good dribbler of the ball. And he scores very good goals, eye-catching goals. And yeah, he is the one guy I'm really looking out to see.
Before he will become a proper household name, he will be in Turkmenistan.
Unfortunately, the kind of hype that Jehu is getting, it was supposed to be this guy.
The guy has
no. Your friend at Kotoko. The one who recently got married.
Emmanuel Entry.
Yeah. He was supposed to be that guy, and he was on the brink of getting into the Black Stars. Then form dropped off, injuries set in, and now Jehu is the one who is primed to be that guy. And so I'm looking forward to see how he fares in that particular game. But like I said, the biggest issue I have heading into this game is that front line of both teams. It is not good, and I hope and pray that they give us something, something eye-catching to be able to
Cameroon and bring us to watch this Cambo.
Yeah.
Ebola Sanji.
Oh, Ebola Sanji.
Oh no. What players?
They have some guy with some dreadlocks recently. Sunday Yakuza.
Yeah. Agbanya fetime basa.
They even brought us a Brazilian who came to do sports. Fabio Gama.
I think
Mbella.
Who should come and watch?
That was the start of.
Who should come and watch? Me?
That was the start of
Thank you, yeah.
That last the signings they did in that season. So Frank Mbella, Tuga, George Infege, Fabio Gama. Those players.
And they did something great recruitment.
And that was the time.
Was that the Nanayao?
Yeah, Nanayao
Ponsa. That was the time they were able to command.
Makes sense.
The numbers at the stadium was slightly decent.
That guy, on hindsight, that guy really did well for
who?
Kotoko
Kumasi, and they cannot get even 1,500.
They can't.
A shock.
And
people are there carrying themselves as
and it's simple. It's because the football stinks. That's just
it is. So why should I come and sit
I
here?
think it's a self-destruct button that they always press over unnecessary and needless things. When Herbert Mason was there, he did things properly well. Then things happen. They kick him out. Nana Bosan was doing things. That virtual fun. That virtual seat.
And you know the irony? The whole time that Nana Bosan was there, they were fighting against him. Like he was fighting powers and principalities.
They say he's not even Ashanti.
He was doing professionalism.
Yeah.
No, but Kotoko, where did he play about Ono Trianica? Where did you play? Nana Aponsa was stopping all those things.
Then they were going. People were gossiping to the great sea. Ben Nana, when was that?
Omushi. That is Omushi. He's doing a professional job, getting things done properly. He's setting the structure so that the product will eventually come good. It's a process, but anyway, they don't even allow you to play out the process. And in the middle of
politics will take over. Anyway, let's do predictions for the game. I don't know.
The half Cotto game.
I'll go for a draw.
It will be boring pass.
I'll go for a draw.
Some goalless.
Somebody, especially Hearts, right? Somebody needs to do a compilation of the chances they've missed this season. See, some of the misses.
There's no class. There's nothing to predict about. They should do this. Come on. You see, money is hard to come by. So if you want me to come to the stadium and pay 100 Ghana, 150, 50 Ghana, do you know that 50 Ghana will take my little girl to school at least 2 days? That's a feeding fee at school. You expect me to come and give it to you for this rubbish football? Rubbish football.
Coach, not true.
Come on. Me na ask Kotoko.
You do
I've watched Papa ask Kotoko. I make me speaker. We could put our Abotara. Look, you may kiss the cup.
How?
That time na me was school.
How?
Me too. Yeah.
You still have memories from then.
Yeah, chapter car from Cape Coast straight to Kumasi.
But let me just say,
we were behind the goalpost when Kotoko scored.
Yeah.
And we could tell that this game, you see, Kotoko had this detachment.
Hands attachment.
I took away just really. I took away. May he so rest.
I
just can't when I put the pad that top paddy here and on the paddy didn't that. I said I come see. I come see that. No, now took it. Well, Aja, yeah, I mean, I check one. What you go? No, check one. No, come on, very good.
You make it sound so.
I don't know what. No one laugh. So when I come on,
Coach,
let me say the last thing.
Okay.
When we saw Joseph Jamichek Henrich coming to play the penalty,
Jamichek,
he not score goal with him foot before. Or in goal beheaded. We see say the camp then we started. Happiness, no. Jamichek pick the boy, look at the house supporters. Oh, hey, no need. Then Donko, you know how he played the penalty.
I remember.
He went back.
Charlie House get players before.
I don't know.
You know the funny
thing. I get
forget to be a big household name. House always had like
honorable. Don't tell me
sneaky like sleepers. Charles Aluti.
Look, we were.
Remember Charles Aluti?
We were ranked 8th best team in the world.
His jersey comment.
You know how we called him?
Edmond Thompson.
Aluti Bibiu.
Oh, Charlie.
Don't mind the body.
Yeah.
Charles
Aluti. Shout outs to Dan
Edmond Thompson.
Capo Thompson.
Oh, Charlie.
Edmond Thompson.
Dankwe. Guinea said
the way Dankwe was attacking.
Pumping. Coach, I want you to the House of Folk used to train. I mean, those times. Somewhere in Accra, I forgot.
We need to round up. Our time is up.
Charlie, Ben, then times fine. Sunday. Every Sunday, my people will carry me go there.
You forgot what?
I forgot to see Dumbo take a
those things used to inspire us, but right now Star Boys no day. Let's do shout outs before.
Big shouts to the entire City crew, and big shouts to Eko Kumsin, and big shouts to the lunch in the city. Branch in the city. Branch in the city party that we had this afternoon. Yeah, big shouts to all the execs for making it happen.
Hard.
Ben, so I just want to shout out to Kokumsin as well. He's a top guy.
Yeah,
very, very top guy. He's watching and listening to the show right about now.
Charlie, me.
So he's very top guy.
I want to shout two people.
Yeah.
first of all, Engineer Mahama.
Oh yeah.
Boss, wherever you are, God bless you.
Nakai.
After the show, I'll call you so that we'll talk. Then, Charlie, they say if you bring your size, you don't bring your size.
I met him, so I'll do it for you.
Me, I go take my own. Look, Charlie, look, I went there.
It's always
Damn Charles Ventures. Damn Charles Ventures. Damn Charles. He did the Mokola inside. Charlie, the suit the guy did so no. Yeah. It not be small suit too. He said he want dress all the Panorama team. Me, I go take my own.
I go take my own soon, boss.
Damn Charles, God bless you. Damn Charles, God bless you. We are saying that if you want to sew that suit, go to Damn Charles.
Link Damn Charles.
Go to my page, my X page.
Yeah.
I'm going to personally market Damn Charles.
Oh, yeah, hard.
I'm going to market because what I saw, the quality I saw,
and I know that you have incredible taste in suits, my brother.
I'm from a suit family.
Thank you, my brother.
So when I tell you that this is class, don't doubt it. Don't doubt it at all. And to Obed of Glyco.
Nice.
Charlie, the guys, thank you for the chocolate.
Yeah.
For the calendar.
We appreciate it.
We appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
All the best, my brothers.
Nice. And that's our show for tonight. I'm Benjamin Nketia. You heard Coach Christopher Nimley, Yahweh J. Minta, Gabby Ofer. Earlier you heard Bernard Abeku. Production hands from Edwin Kwako, Manuel Kwache, and Edem Kai, Julio, Pius, and all the guys. Shout outs to you guys on YouTube for making the show possible. Next week, same time, we'll be here. If you missed it, you can catch the show on Citi Sports GH. Tomorrow, there's the Republic of Football. Catch us live on that one as well. Until then, enjoy the rest of your weekend and bye-bye.